All right, welcome back to the channel. So, the World Boxing Council, Mike Tyson could actually get a shot at the WBC Heavyweight Championship against Tyson Fury if they so wanted to. Because the WBC said if they wanted to, they would be there and willing to make it happen. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So, we are in the midst of some pretty dramatic stuff in our world right now, right? And I'm not going to get into a lot of it. You guys know what it is. On one side of it, people are, locked up in their house, worried about, something spreading. On the other side of it, there are people that are pouring out of their houses, quite upset with some of the drama that is going on in the world, right? So as we talk boxing and I talk about what Mauricia Suliaman is doing forward, I have to say just a special tip of my hat to them. Because you gotta give the WBC some credit, man. Mauricia Suliaman put on a kente cloth hat in a picture and talked about being dedicated to the plight of African Americans or something like that. I mean, I can't remember what the award was. It was like a Celebrity Heritage Award or something. When I saw Mauricia Suliaman out there, I said, man, you know what? I'm getting a little more respect for Mauricia Suliaman and the WBC, man, because he is going to try to make it work, dude. That is a guy that is in business. And because he's in business to make money for his family and to keep the WBC as a viable institution, he's going to do whatever he has to do to make that happen, man. And so once I saw that hat, I was like, man, that just really tells me a lot about what's going on at the WBC, man. They are dedicated to staying in business. Now, one of the things that they're doing to stay in business, though, are making some funny rules and some funny decisions over the last year and a half, 2 years, since I've really been paying attention to him. But if what Mauricia Suliaman is saying about Mike Tyson versus Tyson Fury, or Mike Tyson competing for a world championship, and since the only heavyweight world champion that Mike Tyson, that the WBC has is Tyson Fury, you have to assume that he's referring to Tyson Fury. Now, he talks about Mike Tyson. He says, hey, Mike Tyson is making this, he had some hard times in his life, and boxing is bringing him back up to the top. So if he wants to fight for, a title, if they think they really want to do it, hey, the WBC is there for him. Let's discuss that. Before I do, though, I got to say thank you so much for watching the video. And also thank you to everybody that subscribed. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button wherever it may fall and the bell icon. It would be greatly appreciated so we can continue to chop it up about this boxing. Also, thank you to everybody that supports on the Patreon as channel members and everybody that is out there, that comes to the live streams Monday through Friday and OG Boxing Talk on Sunday and holds us down there. So back to Mauricio and the WBC. Now, on his face, this is stupidity. Okay, just on his face. Mike Tyson, if he decided to become a professional fighter again, should immediately be banned by any sanctioning body, any state commission that would consider allowing him to fight. Now, I am not at the point where I would say that, and I'm sure that it would violate, that it'll violate the Constitution, the federal Constitution or state constitutions, if you were to say that somebody cannot box because they're over the age of 53. However, there needs to be some serious medical protocols going through for anybody at my age and above to get into the ring and start throwing punches, dude. Because once you get to this age, and I got a lot of subscribers that are, that are from the age of 45 to 60. We've got a lot of guys that are still in their 20s that don't quite get it yet. But once you start getting around 32 or 33, you start feeling it and knowing, dude, that your body does not react to the same stresses as they did when you were younger. So it is just a very, very dangerous proposition for a 53-year-old man to get into the ring regardless, let alone a guy get in there and fight at that level against guys that are that big, that are that sharp, and are more than willing to make an example of Mike Tyson in the boxing ring. Do not get fooled. This guy absolutely positively is not ready for prime time. He doesn't, I'm sure he knows that he's not ready for prime time, and he's hamming it up. He's hamming it up for the crowd. And, you know, Tyson Fury's hamming it up for the crowd. I did tell you, by the way, this is to my subscribers. Hey, you heard me tell you first that Mike Tyson and Tyson Fury were seriously talking about having an exhibition fight with one another. That's serious. I heard that from non-boxing circles. They were in a meeting. I overheard the meeting. I didn't overhear the meeting. I heard of the meeting from a very good source who was in the city, in the office when it was going on. And he was like, nah, Tyson pretty much said that if he does it at all, it's going to be against Tyson Fury. And then not long after that, you started hearing Tyson Fury talking about how he had gotten an offer from Mike Tyson and that, you know, he would be open to accept it and all that. Yeah, because that's the game right there. The game for Mike Tyson is to have an exhibition fight against Tyson Fury, right? Tyson and Tyson. Mike Tyson, if you've been paying any attention to the media, especially the media coming out of the UK, how many Mike Tyson news articles there are pouring out on a daily basis, and Tyson Fury propaganda popping out like this Forbes list garbage. They're going to wind up trying to build Mike Tyson Fury all the way up as high as they can get him off of Mike Tyson. That's my personal belief, that the connection that Mike Tyson, that this amping up of Mike Tyson and this amping up of Tyson Fury are both directly connected for these guys to try to turn out and make it a bunch of money. And it'll be a farce, but there's a high likelihood that could happen. But for the WBC to add its 2 cents in there, that yeah, we would be willing to make that an actual championship fight, dog, you better, as ridiculous as that seems, remember what I said in the beginning part of this video. The WBC is going to do whatever they have got to do to survive and bring in as much money as they possibly can. And the fact of the matter is that although on its face and by any logical person would know that Mike Tyson and Tyson Fury shouldn't get anywhere near each other in a boxing ring, the WBC would do it because there's very few fights that would actually be as big. And I'm not even just talking about a Mike Tyson Fury fight. A fight between Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield, if they were to come back out and do it, I'm telling you, you'd be shocked about. I think we would be shocked to find out how many people were willing to pay that. And if you're talking about an organization that is willing to put a kente cloth hat. Shout out to my man. Legendary Top Cats. If y'all familiar with if you're not familiar with Legendary Top Cats, you go check out Legendary Top Cats. He's got really good content. A lot of very good Afro Black centric content where he talks about a lot of social issues, but he wears that particular type of kente cloth hat. Even though I think kente probably went out in the early 90s. I mean, I haven't actually seen the type of kente cloth that I think that was early in the 90s that that particular material that Mauricia Suliaman's rocking. But look, man, at the end of it, man, with this virus going on, fights not taking place, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. And absolutely positively, without a doubt, Mauricia Suliaman is willing and able to do whatever they need to do. You know, they will take the desperate measures. I just certainly hope that at a certain point in time, boxing can get to a point where we don't need like sideshows and freak shows going on. You know what I mean? Like last year, it was two fights from YouTubers where you actually had real professional fighters fighting on the undercard for YouTube fighters. And that was like I think Radio Rahim said something to the fact that boxing wins. Man, boxing doesn't win anything when it's that type of stuff. Really, I think boxing wins like as we continue to move on and continue. I say we, but if boxing continues to move on, continues to progress, the best fighters out there receive the recognitions that they deserve and the opportunities that they actually deserve for truly being the best fighters. The closer we get to a situation like that, the more people are going to really start trusting the product and want to see the product over and over again. I think that these type of gimmicks, to tell you the truth, are bad, are distractions and bad for boxing, because every time you do something like this, it's an opportunity to really put out there a great fighter like a Jaron Ennis or a Virgil Ortiz or somebody like that that could really be the next Sugar Ray Leonard or the next Mike Tyson, right? They will come from the guys that are actually fighting, trying to jump back into history to snatch somebody, who's 20 years past being over the hill. Man, it's just real tough for me. But anyway, that's my take on the situation. You let me know what you think. And with that, I'm out. Peace.